So our topic for today is about managing digital literacy. Millions of web servers worldwide are connected via the internet. On average, each server hosts 1,000 or more web pages. No organization monitors the information on the internet, which means you will find both good and questionable information there. Use your own discretion to determine what is appropriate reviewing or what information is valid. Before we're going to continue our discussion, I just want to reiterate the lesson objectives. This lesson teaches you how to use the information you may find online in a respectful and legal manner. Upon completion of this lesson, you should be able to search for items on a specific website, search for items using search engines, use tools to narrow the search criteria, evaluate the validity of the information, understand what copyright and fair use includes, understand and what intellectual property is, recognize censorship of filtering, and understand what plagiarism is. Searching for information. One of the main purposes of creating a website is to share information with others. The design of the pages on a site will vary depending on the organizations and the purpose of the business or service. Many sites include a search field somewhere along the top or along the left side of their web pages. You can use this search field to search the website for specific information. Using the search field on the web page searches only that website to which the page belongs. This is different from searching the entire internet for information on a specific topic. Additionally, different types of sites contain different types of information. Business websites usually include pages that describe the company and its products or services, as well as areas for feedback or online purchases. Government websites tend to include pages for each department and additional pages with links to files or forms that you can download. Social networking sites such as Facebook or Twitter or Instagram enable subscribers to share photographs, games, and videos, chat online, or post simple messages. Blogs allow individuals to enter and share comments, experiences, or information on pages devoted to specific topics. Wiki sites are used as sources of information and provide tools that enable individuals to add, edit, or rearrange information on the site. Other sites allow individuals to upload multimedia items such as photographs, video, audio, and podcasts. For example, YouTube includes both professional and amateur created videos. YouTube also welcome uploads in the form of podcast, audio files made available on the internet for downloading. Often, they are set up as discussion that can become episodic based on feedback. Anyone with an appropriate multimedia program can record audio, video, or both and save the files in a format that will be recognized as a podcast. New related sites syndicate their breaking stories as RSS feeds, making current news available as it occurs, rather than at set times as on televisions, radio, or in print. Users can subscribe to one or more news feeds at no cost to get current news delivered to their desktop or mobile devices. RSS content can be viewed via a newsreader or RSS app, provided that you have an internet connection. Sites designed to provide reference links can be found on an individual website or set up as part of a search engine website. Education websites are available on the internet. Sites with an .edu domain are generally associated with an accredited school such as a university, high school, or college. These sites contain a wealth of information pertaining to curriculum planning, lesson plans, and may contain examples of reports or exams in addition to a list of resources for a particular course types. When searching for information, also consider using traditional sources such as the public library or a local university or colleges. Traditional sources like this still offer a wide variety of information in the form of periodicals, microfiche, reference books, and other types of publications that may not be available online. All these methods to search for information are designed to provide you with alternatives when researching or acquiring knowledge on a specific topic. As you will see in the forthcoming portions, you can search for items on a global basis, or you can narrow the search to target a specific subject in a specific context. It is recommended that you compare the information you find on various sites to determine its accuracy before using the information in a report or project. In fact, in some cases, you may want to verify the information you find online with information you find in a more traditional source such as an encyclopedia or journal, especially if the topic is fact-based and easily verifiable. One of the fastest ways to search for information is to use a search engine or search field on a particular website. Any criteria you enter in a particular website's search field will provide results from the website only. This can make it much easier to search for information on a specific topic, service, or item that is sold or provided by this company. The location of the search field will vary from site to site, although it is generally located near the top of the web page. So, for example, you can go to Microsoft's website to find the information you want about the pricing structure and the application included at each pricing level of Office 365. The purpose of any search engine is to provide links to information stored on other websites. You come to a search engine site to pose a question. The search engine responds by displaying links with possible answers. An internet search engine has three basic tasks it can perform. Search the internet for pages that contains words relevant to the search criteria you enter. Build and maintain an index of keywords, and display links to information that match the search criteria. A search engine website is specialized in making it easy to find information on any topic, located anywhere on the internet. Some commonly used search engines at the time of this writing are Google, Bing, Ask, and Yahoo. Although the services provided by these companies vary, they all use similar technology. The search engine maintains a database of internet URLs. Each record in the database includes the URL, a short description, a title, keywords, and other site information. Users access the URL database via the search engine company's website. A search field on the search engine company's website works in the same way as a search field on an organization's website. The difference is that the search engine company's website searches its database, compiles a list of records matching the keywords, and return a list formatted as a web page. Using search engines. To start a search, start your web browser. Click in the search field and enter your search criteria or keywords. The search field may appear on the search engine's homepage or the web browser's homepage. Depending on the web browser, the options selected and whether the keywords you enter are similar to any you have entered previously. A list of suggested search terms may appear as you may begin to enter text in the search field. If one of these items matches what you want to find, you can click the item in the list or use the down or up key to move to select the item, then press enter to accept the selection. You can also simply finish typing your criteria and press enter or click the button to the right of the search field to begin the search. Sometimes, as you type your criteria, the search engine will insert suggested text into the search field as you type. You can press enter to accept the suggestion or continue typing. These features are part of the browser's autocomplete option. A web browser can be set to remember all entries until and unless they are deleted. When you click the search button or press enter, the search engine checks its database and displays the results. Most search engines rank the URLs they retrieve by how closely the information associated with the URL matches the keywords entered in the search field. Those that ranks the highest are listed at the top of the results or search results. We need to take note that sometimes websites are written to include hidden keywords or tags simply for the purpose of making the site appear in a search result page. For this reason, some sites will appear in a list of results even though they not seem to be related at all to the keywords or search criteria entered. Typically, results number in the hundreds of thousands or over or even millions. Sometimes a search results page will include an area for related searches, and sometimes a search results page may feature excerpts from a particular website in a panel on the right. So to start the search, start your web browser, click in the search field, and enter your search criteria or keywords. As you type your criteria, the search engine will insert suggested text into the search field as you type. You can press enter to accept the suggestion or continue typing. This feature are part of the browser's autocomplete option. A web browser can be set to remember all entries until the end unless they are deleted. Most search engines rank the URLs they retrieve by how closely the information associated with the URL matches the keywords entered in the search field. Narrowing the search results. Chances are you will not want to take the time to read through 1,000 or 100,000 results. Much less click the links and check out the pages. Fortunately, you can use several methods to narrow your search result. One easy way to narrow your search result is to indicate that you want the results to include only specific file types such as images, news feeds, or videos. For example, you could narrow the search to videos if you were looking for videos on how to fix a cell phone. Or you could limit the results to image files if you want to find pictures of a famous 17th or 18th century painting, and so on. You can do this by entering the search criteria and then clicking the link for the type of results you want to see. For instance, the following images shows a request for any videos on how to fix a cell phone. Using Boolean operators. If you type in only one or two keywords, the search engine will look for a match or either word, and that will return tens of thousands of matches, most of which may not be relevant. Being specific with your search criteria is highly useful. Choose more specific keywords. For example, typing satellite images of Great Wall of China is an effective way to narrow a search and produce better results than just typing Great Wall of China. Use keywords to find a specific item. For example, entering lemon dessert recipes will bring results for this topic, whereas lemon recipes will bring results for any type of recipe that uses lemons. You can also use Boolean operators in your search criteria to narrow the search results. These operators include AND, connect keyword, or search for documents that include one or more of your search terms, not used in conjunction and with AND if you want to exclude certain results from your search, and near, used to look for terms in the same document that are within 10 words of each other. Using HTML objects. Since most information search comes in the form of a web pages using HTML, it is possible to use some of the HTML objects in searches. Some example would include anchor, tour anchor, host, hacky host, image, creators image, link, surface link, site, GS5 site. Advanced search pages. Another method to narrow the search of information is to use a search engine's advanced features. For instance, the following figure shows the advanced search features for the Google search engines. Access through the setting buttons at the far right of the result page. Notice the various fields you can use to find specific information. Most search engines allow you to specify search criteria such as file format, domains, text characters, websites, or file size. Note that the number of type of fields you can use to narrow the search will vary from one search engine to another. Using social media sites. Social media sites are websites where users can share information, pictures, ideas, or opinions about anything with others who are also registered with the same social media site. These sites are created using specialized software applications that enable users and organizations to exchange information. Some of the most popular social media sites include Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. One of the reasons that social media sites are so popular is that they make it easy for you to share pictures and video. And of course, not only your PC but your mobile devices as well, with your friends and followers. If you work a lot with social media, you may want to find ways to find items quickly, such as topics that may be popular or trending. Use the hashtag to search through the most popular social media sites to find posting to review. You may also want to check if a hashtag exists already to ensure you are not inadvertently using a hashtag that is not irrelevant to your post. A hashtag on social media platforms. Hashtag labels indicate the subject matter of a certain conversation that are taking place. A hashtag is a word or phrase preceded by a number sign or hashtag symbols. For example, hashtag Breaking Bad, hashtag Organic Foods, and hashtag Comic-Con 2020 are example of hashtags. Notice that a hashtag can include letter and numbers but cannot include spaces or punctuation. The minute you turn a word or phrases into a hashtag, you turn that word or phrases into a searchable link. Hashtags are used to index keywords or topics and allows you to organize content and track discussion topic based on those keywords. Hashtags make it easy to follow topics you are interested in because you can click a hashtag to see all tweets, posts that mention the subject. For example, the popular hashtag Throwback Thursday is used to label posts of old photos uploaded to social media sites on Thursday. If you label your post with the Throwback Thursday hashtag, anyone who clicks on that hashtag will see your post in the list of searchable results. Hashtags that become very popular appear in your Twitter feeds as trending topics. Hashtags are supported on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Vine, Google+, Tumblr, YouTube, and Pinterest. As the use of social media has extended into business and marketing, hashtag can be used for several purposes. So hashtag can be created for the purpose of generating interest for a specific topic or market. Hashtag can be created to advertise upcoming special events. Hashtag can be used to create shoutouts. You can use these sites to help you market yourself or your product services by searching for popular hashtags that may exist in your location or culture. For instance, You may want to search for hashtags that include popular trends for a specific age consumer group. Once you have your list, you can begin to generate marketing tweets that will generate more interest to your target audience. Researching information. With website software becoming easier to use, it is now possible for virtually anyone to quickly create and publish information on a website. However, with no international body to apply quality control to this information, it is up to you to evaluate the quality of any information you find on the web. Websites owned and maintained by well-known organizations usually present accurate information as their reputation is at stake. However, it is important to be alert to bias via omission of opposing views. Websites of lesser-known organizations or individuals can sometimes present novel ideas or perspectives, but problems with accuracy and bias must be considered. When searching information on the internet, do some comparison shopping. Always visit a variety of websites and compare the different information they provide on similar subjects. After researching and finding certain facts repeated on several websites that seems reliable, you may want to go to the local library to find documents, sources, journals, or reference materials to validate your internet research. In general, consider the web an excellent place to begin and think of printed materials as providing support for what you've learned online. So, how can we evaluate the quality of information found on the internet? As part of your evaluation, include factors such as accuracy, authenticity, objectivity, and currency. How up to date is the information, and coverage or the AAOCC. Validating resources. As you visit various sites to conduct research, consider the validity of each site. Look for obvious errors in facts, statistics, grammars, spelling, or language use. How current is the website? If a web page offers facts and statistics, one way to determine their accuracy is by checking the author's and publisher's qualification. Use the URL as an indicator of or whether the website is affiliated with a recognized organization or institution as opposed to a group or individual without established credibility. The presence or absence of source references can help you assess the authenticity of material on the web. If a site claims to other technical expertise, check the source reference if available. And how did you find the site? If a site has a good ranking in many search engines, this may indicate effort invested in design and maintenance of the website. If you have any questions or doubts about the content of a website, check to see if the author or publishers can be searched or reached by phone, mail, or email, and contact them directly with your concerns. So, as you visit various sites to conduct research, consider the validity of each site. So, listed here, if you are viewing blog or wiki content, remember that authors need no qualification to contribute. It is unlikely that you will come across information from any source. Look for depth of coverage of the topic. Many organizations offer accurate information on their websites. Check the tone of the message. Is there advertising on the page? It is, and if so, how much? If you have any questions or doubts, again, about the content of the web page or website, check to see if the author or publisher can be reached by phone, mail, or email, and contact them directly with your concerns. Understanding copyright issues. Information on the internet is freely available for you to read, listen to, or otherwise enjoy. People create websites for many reasons: to advertise, to educate, to entertain, to intellectually challenge. However, simply because information is presented on a website which you can access freely, that does not imply that information is free for you to copy, use, distribute, or present as your own. Intellectual property, any created work or invention is considered to be the intellectual property of the person who created it. Essentially, anything created by an individual or group on their own behalf is owned by that individual or group. Anything created by an individual or group under contract to an organization belongs to the organizations that paid the fee for service. Copyright. Copyright laws were created to protect intellectual property. Copyright refers to the protections of any material, published or unpublished, created by an individual or organization. This applies to books, music, videos, essays, white papers, pictures, software programs, websites, and so on. A copyright gives you ownership of your intellectual property. It can cover anything that you create, a painting, a photograph, a song, or a book. If you created it, you own it. Copyright law grants you and you alone specific rights over your intellectual property. For example, you have the right to make and distribute copies of your work, perform or display your work publicly, or create additional works based on the original. These are your rights alone. No one can make a copy of your painting, use your website code on their web page, or perform a song written by you, unless you give your specific consent. A copyright also gives you the exclusive right to sell your work. While it is difficult to determine the value of a work, the copyright guarantees that you and you alone have the opportunity to sell, lease, or otherwise use as your work is exchanged for compensation. You are permitted to view the information published on a website, but restrictions apply to the way you use it. That is, you are limited to fair use, which means that you can use portion of copyrighted information for the purpose of criticism or comment without seeking permission from the rights holder. Copyright implicitly belongs to the owner of the website or published materials even if no copyright symbol or text appears on the product. Under legal ramifications of copyright infringement, if you are found to be in violation of a copyright, you will receive a letter from a legal sources asking you to remove the content if it is on your website or delete any files that you download such as songs, movies, television shows, and others. So licensing occurs when you are given permission to use a particular product or service from a vendor. We have single seat. When you purchase a software program, you are purchasing a license to install and use that program on one computer only. Volume of network or network, an organization or company with a large number of users for a software program at various locations will usually purchase this type of license instead of individual copies. The site, this grants the purchaser permission to use a software on a network at a single location with an unlimited number of end users. Software as service. Software is sold as a service that enables you to access and use a software program from your system via network in the organization's intranet or the internet. Shareware are programs usually available for you to try out for free for a limited amount of time. Freeware are programs that are available without change or charge, and you may also be shared with others at no charge. Bundling, software can also be bundled with as computer software, such as Office 365. It's bundled Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Database, and so on, or MS Access. Open source, a programming code is made available to anyone, and you can modify the program to suit your needs and also share your version with others. Whichever may you obtain software, it is your responsibility to ensure you are observing with the license rules. When you purchase licensed software, you will be notified by the vendor of any updates and you will be able to obtain them at no additional cost. If you use software without a valid license, you are violating the vendor's copyright and could be subject to legal action. A network administrator is aware of this responsibility and should take the necessary steps to ensure that there are no enough licenses for each computer in the organizations. By accepting the End User License Agreement or EULA at the time of installation, you further agree to abide by the rules for using the software of the computing device. Piracy. Piracy is the unauthorized use of reproduction of someone else's work. If your friends buy and install a software application and then gives the installation disk to you and you install it and use it on your computer, that is piracy. If you download a song from a sharing site instead of purchasing it from the record label's online store, that is also piracy. The same is true for movies. Piracy is considered a federal crime and can carry a penalty of up to 10 years in prison. Censorship and Filtering. As the internet does not have a governing body that oversees the content placed online, there are many gray areas concerning what is considered good or bad material. This gives rise to debates over whether information should be censored or filtered with the intent to protect users from what may be considered offensive or dangerous information. Accordingly, many ISPs and organizations make use of different tools to help reduce certain types of information from being accessed. Of course, we have blockers and filters. Software that enables you to control the type of amount of content that can be viewed. These are often used in academic or corporate organizations to limit or block access to specific information. Blacklisting. This is the act putting a person on a list that will deny them specific privileges or service. A network administrator can add certain sites or domains to a blacklist, and any traffic from these sites will be blocked from entering the network. You can create a blacklist for your browsers that blocks traffic from specific sites or domain. On a larger scale, ISPs can block traffic to and from specific sites and domains. They can also deny services to users who are blacklisted. Arguably, the use of filters and blockers can be called censorship. However, one must also consider that an institution or organization has the right to enforce whatever guidelines it deems suitable concerning the use of their equipment and services. For instance, a company may filter internet content coming into the network to prevent users from downloading software that has not been authorized. Or, a company can block access to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube to prevent employees from using all applications while they are at work. It is legal and appropriate for organizations to restrict access to specific sites to protect the reputations of the organizations and avoid offending any customers or visitors to the organization site. If you are using a computer that is owned by the organizations, you are required to respect and adhere to the organization's computing policies, regardless of your personal preferences. Any questions or concerns about these policies can be directed to the network administrators. Plagiarism. It occurs when you use information created by another person and present it as it were your own work, either word for word or with minor changes. The concept of plagiarism also applies to images. Many images that you find on the internet are copyrighted. That means the person who created the image is its lawful owner and you must obtain the owner's permission if you want to use the image in your work. It is easy to find information on the internet to use in your document and just as easy for someone else to find it and recognize you or your use of it as plagiarism. There is also a wide availability of plagiarism detection tools that can be used to review files. Plagiarism is the same thing as theft. It does not matter that it is only a paragraph of text or a single picture. It is still stealing the original work of someone else. When using information from the internet, always use it in its original form and cite the source material. This means give credit to the person who wrote it. There are numerous places where you can find information on how to correctly insert citations or reference material in a document. Failure to recognize and adhere to the laws surrounding plagiarism can lead to consequences such as failure mark for a course, suspension or expulsion from the school, ruin academic reputations, or in the case of a business, legal action. You should now have a long list of various sites that contain review of this discussion. According, there are a number of sources available to you on the internet to use when researching an item. So, before I give you the references, be reminded or be careful of how you use the sources and ensure you do not copy a review word for word without providing credit to the author or website. Otherwise, you have just plagiarized someone else's work. Again, provide credit to the author or website. So this will be my references. CCI Learning Solutions, Avanti M Office Applications, Avanti M ICT Empowerment. So before I end, so this video presentation taught you how to use the information you may find online in a respectful and legal manner. You should now be able to search for items on a specific website, search for items using search engines, use tools to narrow the search criteria, evaluate the validity of the information, understand what copyright and fair use includes, understand what intellectual property is, recognize censorship or filtering, and you are now understand what plagiarism is. So thank you, good luck, and enjoy the rest of the semester. Don't forget, #DocMelo the author. God bless everyone.